Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Polarity. Where's my mouse popped up? And hopefully it wasn't on the screen the whole time. Let's resume the game. So I imagine, unless it just skyrockets in difficulty starting with level 6 here, we may get through all of the main levels. We got this cursor. You kinda need this crosshairs, but I would prefer it to be a little bit smaller, just maybe a tiny, barely visible dot. It's a little big. Yeah, unless these things get incredibly more difficult. It shouldn't be a problem. Right there gets me to this. Interesting that there's an arrow that points downward on the skin of the ramp. What does this do? Ah, it moves it. Yeah, because that's what I wanted. Let's see. This is gonna be a mess, isn't it? Yeah, you take that back. There we go. Let's go over here and get that one. Let's hop over here and get this one. Let's go here and get this. They seem to have a variable distance pre-programmed into them as far as just how far each jump goes. Let's speed up a little bit. Is there another one I missed? We started in this room. There's no data core here. Don't think there's a data core here. We've now got to get this way. Darn it. Let's see if this works. What I'm noticing here is that the polarity part of this game, we haven't had a lot of that so far. Quite a small amount of these puzzles actually involve you switching polarity. Way more involve you doing jumps and maneuvering the world around you. I guess I said last time there wasn't an element that changed the world drastically in this game as compared to like Portal 2. That's not exactly accurate because I guess Portal 2 never did have a system where you could twist the whole world around. Oops. Wanted to hit that because that's almost certainly where the third data core is. I wonder if I can make this. go. So I guess I could beat this right now. I don't want to though. Let's... How am I gonna get up there? Is the real question. If we take this... This game might be introducing some level of difficulty that's beyond what's possible for me. Nope, doesn't seem like it though. Hey, looks like I can pull that off just fine. There we go. And then I think we need to get rid of that. So it goes back up. There we go. A little bit more complicated than what we've seen up to this point. You got some decent air control here. Jump up, next level. Fall down, just like Portal. Although you don't fall down actually in Portal U. They're reinforcing the areas I can't go. That concept that was introduced at the beginning and now is... Just put that right there. Didn't even need to jump over there. I would have put that piece a little bit further away. It's kind of silly. Now what do we do? Oh, simple. I just take this to deactivate that, and then take this to activate this. Put that back there. And I'm looking for that third data core. There it is. I don't recall ever extending bridges. We had light bridges in Portal 2. Is there any other game I can really even compare this to instead of just saying Portal 2? It's like, no, they're kind of a unique genre to me at least. I'm sure if I thought long and hard about it, there might be some two-dimensional equivalent platformers and puzzlers in general. This is a 3D platformer, so at least partially. Can't jump up there and get that. I think this is probably the right way to do collectibles in games, though. Make them relatively easy to find. Don't go crazy with it. Just if the player is moderately competent, let them win and find the things they're looking for. Or even on a platformer like this, I wouldn't be super opposed to it being somewhat difficult to reach physically, but easy to see from the first get-go. This seems laid out really well to directly point you to where you're supposed to go. got the backboard hoop right there to aim for. There we go. Throw that back over there. Oops. I think the cube fell. Interesting. Alright, well we can fix that. Both of the data cubes are right there, easy to see. Didn't make that jump. I wish run was right trigger instead of right bump. That seems to be the wrong choice. There we go. Grab that. Grab this. And this time we'll just toss it over there. Make sure it's safe. And then we'll take this and toss it back that way. This would be a hard one to miss. I almost missed it. I don't think this jump is doable, though. So there's something else to it. Just jump right into it. Notice that the animation is just black there, but in previous skins it was rolling upward and looked like it was pointing in the wrong direction. Will, like, if I throw this way, it does work. Interesting. Because I kinda thought it wouldn't. It seemed like it wouldn't before. So that's a double jump up. That gets me this one. But I think I'd have to find the right spot to drop down to get the others. Like, there it is. Is there any overhang anywhere? Or any spot to drop down that makes more sense? How about in here? That door closed on me, I think. I could go up there. And I imagine that's what I need to do. Which way do I think I have more air control? If I do something like that? I guess that's it. I guess that was the way to do it. Alright, so get a little air control. Nope, screwed up that time. That's alright. No real penalty. The only time I've died here is kinda because I intentionally died hitting a bottomless floor. Ah. This is just so dark. I could've sworn we came up there, but that wasn't even the case. That's the worst part of this game so far. Lighting. Lighting issues. Which is pretty bad, but not terrible. You want people to see your game. And we just jumped down to the elevator. Cool, 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 cool. Next level. So, anything back here? Nope. This kind of feels like it could have been made in Blender by one person. I've played a little bit with the 3D modeling software Blender, and I'm sure Unreal's 3D modeling software is somewhat similar. Probably for video games, Unreal is even easier to use. But if I was just to guess, but yeah, this totally feels like something you could have done if you knew what you were doing, if you'd been classically trained, as in taking actual classes, instead of just searching Google responses, like I did when I played with Blender. There's nothing here that seems like you couldn't do. Now, how you put that in a video game, I don't know. I would be lost at that step. I'd have to figure out that. I would say lighting sources, regardless of what he used, the lighting sources were most definitely available and chosen not to be used. Is lighting your game a massive pain in the butt? Probably not more than programming your game or doing anything else for your game. Alright, so now I have to jump and swap in air, which we've done this once before. And what color was that beacon? Now I have to jump and swap. And now this guy, ooh, to get to it's gonna be a nightmare. I think we may miss this and end up having to go back. Yeah, I don't see how this works. It doesn't. Well, died. So let's put this down. Nope. Just down. Just settle yourself right there. Swap. Now pick it up. There we go. Of course, I guess we should just look forward and see if we really need the cube for anything. Yes, we do. So now I need to swap. Swap. Get this back. Just save some time, toss it way over there. Make sure it lands safely. Swap. It really feels like you have plenty of time in the air to swap as long as you're at least a decently fast button pusher. Let's see. This way won't work yet, so we've got to toss it up here. Will it catch it if it does something like this and is close to it? I'm not sure. Take this now and toss it that way. and jump. Here we go. That's data 3 of 3. Run and jump. Hit this, walk right through. And now we just gotta run, swap in the middle of the air, and we're through. Nice. What could you do more to this game? You could probably take the number of steps, but that's not going to really mean anything if you don't have portal guns, which this game surprisingly doesn't have that. And I guess that's the one thing that it would stop you from playing or making this game in Portal 2 is just a mod. Is that if you just absolutely didn't want the portal gun technology, time is already being measured, so there's nothing there that could be changed. This one will go where? Like if I shoot that there. Ooh, interesting. Green barriers change the color. That's new to me. They really should have told me that. I mean, come on, game, you can't just let people like that let me play the game and not know what your elements do. How do I get up there though? That's how I get up there. Okay. Well, I'm not ready to leave just yet, so take this cube. Is the cube the right thing here? Again, I guess if you animated it yourself, it would make sense that you'd do some simple object like a cube. Personally, I would have preferred a battery, just a big old D-cell battery as the animation. I think that would have been kind of a cute thing to do. Or you could have gone with a particle. You could have gone with something a little bit more unique. Alright, we've got this one, and it doesn't seem like there's anything more to do there. If I go through a green barrier, do I get turned to the other polarity? Maybe. Guess it wouldn't really matter too much, as long as I still maintain the ability to switch myself whenever I feel like it. Now, honestly, I have to be truthful here. I got this game thinking it was a different game. There are so many box puzzle games, and there was one that recently came out, and I'll have to figure out what the name of it is, where you had like a magnetic glove, and in that magnetic glove you pulled and repulsed a cube. And that was the game I was thinking. Not that I'm regretting this game for anything other than maybe its length. There's nothing wrong with this. Has that readme at the beginning of the file tricked me into being nicer than I should be to this game? Maybe. That might be the truth. It's like somebody puts themselves down, people do have a tendency to want to defend that until they know you really well and decide that, oh no, you're right, you should have put yourself down. There we go. Okay, so that does work. We have one more data node. There's an opportunity here to have had story. You could have had it where each time you collected a data node, a pop-up would show up showing what the node is. And it could be stupid things. It could be posts to like websites. It could be pictures. It could be video. It could be newspaper articles. You really could go a full gambit of just like silly things. And then some of them could be dumb and some of them could be actual story based that would reveal some conspiracy or something. Here I think it's easier to jump and then hit Y than just hit Y and walk forward, because then you have that little bit of air time you would want to swap things around. So I take this one and I throw it through there and it swaps it and then comes down. You also have an opportunity here where the green yellowish color could have been something different for both red and blue, so that there was a barrier that could only be reached by I don't think this is the way I'm supposed to do this. I think it's something closer to just walking over here and grabbing the other one. Oops. This one's a little puzzly, I guess. That. Then I can do this, swap, do this, hop and swap. I kinda wish I didn't die right then though. And now if I grab this one, I'm fine for that. And then I grab this one and I'm fine for that. Go ahead and throw that through there. Save myself some time. I do want to just try this to make sure. Yeah, it works both times. Again, the game did not explain this or show this to me at all. Just left me to learn it myself. But I seriously doubt anybody is really going to be stuck for a significant amount of time. Almost fell through the floor there, but it wouldn't have been a big issue. I don't think anybody would have gotten stuck really to figure that out. Maybe, maybe not. So where are we now? We are at 33 of 66. We've gotten everything except for this level and this level, which requires 3 more, so you really did need everything to unlock that final level, level 12. But it seems like there isn't going to be another group of them, so next recording we do these last 2 levels, and then we'll do the bonus levels, and then we'll look at the co-op campaign. And the worst case scenario here is we would come into the co-op campaign like this, and ooh, is this our partner? Is that what we look like? Ooh, that's not pretty. That is ugly. Yep. Yep, that's me. And so I would have to figure out, like, with all the tutorial, can I do this in co-op? And I bet I can't. I think it's almost guaranteed that if your polarity is blue, we'll pass through it. Yeah, we know that. Have to go through all the tutorial here. This isn't pretty to look at. How come the sound effects are better, are louder here? So I assume this guy just shoots you. Again, very too simplistic of graphics on some of this modeling. Data fragments right there. We're going to go a little bit long here because I need to figure out if I can do the co-op thing by myself. There is over ambitiousness here. You can definitely tell. This game didn't need a co-op mode, it needed 20 more levels. Get that while we're here. Yeah, 30 levels would be nicer than the 12 we're getting of just single player. Maybe a level editor. That's pretty ambitious for a single person to make a game, but co-op itself is just the wrong way. You have too high of an opinion of how many people are going to play your game if you thought this was going to be co-op. You didn't have a solid single player. Like, co-op should not be even the first thought for a small developer. Yeah, see, so this is a problem, because now I would have to pull the controller, my controller out, not my controller, but like the mouse and keyboard, and sit here and figure out how to swap. Let's see, left mouse button, right mouse button, middle mouse button. Let's see, ASD, Q, interesting. So WASD and Q and the mouse to sit here and just run through the whole thing. And while it's definitely doable, it's just not fun to show this. I may very well see if I can see if there are achievements on this, get all the achievements because of doing this, but that's only because I'm a lunatic, not because I'm playing like a normal person. I'm a lunatic about achievements. Yeah, it's just doing the puzzle twice. I suppose I could inch each character up. I'm looking right at here on this one. What am I looking at here? I don't get it. We got the data 3. We both did it. Resume. Well, standing right here. There's a stand waiting for other player. Now, Oh, so we have to go in specific ones even. Interesting. Well, that's boring. I mean, what can you say? Co-op campaigns are going to be boring if you're playing them by yourself. And so I don't see any reason why I would do that. We've looked at the versus mode too. It's nothing unless the only real like extending grace here that we could possibly have is if we beat this level and then we do get a a major addition of levels or something that remixes them or does a twist or something. But I just don't see how that's the case. We see the bonus levels here, and that the bonus levels have data fragments, 3 each. There's 10 of them. That seems like all of them. So, yeah, we're gonna go one more recording, I would bet. No, actually, probably 2 more recordings with the bonus levels. But we'll have to see how quickly I can get through them. Anyways, as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.